welcome to another episode of Half Court Trap, playoff edition. I'm your host, Big Mike, on the Big Mike and Little Ant channel. Got our usual panel here: Jeff up top, Jordan, of course, and my guy Toby and stuff like that.
A little drunk today. Sorry, I had a rough day.
It was Memorial Day weekend, so everybody had a good time on the weekend. Yeah, barbecues.
It was all right. It wasn't the regular, but you know.
Okay. I mean, mine was regular, so everybody different or whatever like that. So, but anyway, NBA playoffs. Last time we were on here was right before the playing games. Now we had playing games, playoff games. 2 weeks later, we want to kind of get into where we're at and where we're going moving forward. The first question I got, because it was a question in our chat, is about the Nets, because they're pretty much going to win this series. It's 3-1, so we know that. And the Bucks, who swept the Heat in that second round series. So my question is, who you got winning that series and why? I'm going to start with Jeff, and Jeff is big on the Nets. So go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm not going to waver. I got the Nets winning that series. I have utter respect for Drew Holiday's play on both ends of the floor, the team's cohesion, but I just can't see how you stop, three guys that can get you 90 any night and maybe 100. Because James just had 48 when they took the L. You know what I'm saying? KD had 30 and Kyrie had 20. So it's hard to really overlook that. And I know this is about to be far-fetched, but they resemble that 2010-2011 Heat team where they didn't know how their roles were. They just took turns on getting buckets. Like, yo, it's your turn. It's my turn. It's your turn. It's my turn. And I don't think that the Bucks can stop that. Giannis has been really Giannis, honestly, like 28, 15, 5 assists. I mean, that's starting to just be his normal at this point. So, got to respect it. But the firepower coming out of Brooklyn, man, is crazy. I just don't see any team being able to stop it coming out the East. And, I anticipate that the Bucks will probably give them they'll get 2 games. But I got the Nets taking that series for sure.
All right. I'm going to let Jordan, I'm going to mute you, Jeff. Jordan, what you think, bro?
In terms of what? Milwaukee,
Bucks
and Nets, right?
Yeah. Bucks and Nets.
All right. I mean, I really do believe the Bucks have a chance at the end of the day. I feel like defense will always give you a fighting chance. When you look at it, I mean, the other night, I'll get into this a little bit later when we talk about the Sixers and the Nets possibly, but they scored 140 points versus Celtics, and they let up 127 with no Jaylen Brown, only Jason Tatum. On top of the fact that 3 guys scored 100 points. 3 dudes scored 100 points. So that other 40 points came from who? They're not scoring 140 points versus the Milwaukee. And we'll get to the Sixers later. But to me, they're not going to score 140 versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee played D. They might get to 100. So if they get to 100, that leaves you 3 dudes with 100. Who else getting the other buckets? Nobody. It took 8 niggas to get 40 buckets the other night. You know what I'm saying? It took 8 dudes to get 40 points. So I don't know how they can sustain that shit when you go up against a team like Milwaukee who play D. And they got somebody like Drew Holiday that definitely can take Kyrie or James. I ain't going to say he's going to shut them down, but could definitely take them. And then you got Giannis for KD. It's going to be a tough road for them.
Okay. I'm going to come back to you. Toby?
I'm still their defense is very bad. The Nets defense.
I told you that.
And I remember the one game that they won. Tristan Thompson was eating. Oh my God. He gave Claxton a move. He gave him a fake. He did a fake reverse and he hooked it in. I'm like, oh, this is who they got guarding people in the paint. But at the end of the day, I can't go against KD and Harden and Kyrie. It's just too much. So right now, I'm still going to say Brooklyn is going to be a close 7. If Brooklyn win, I think it's going to go 7 because I think their defense is really that bad. That they're not going to be able to outscore you every game. I don't think so. And I feel like they give up, in the half court, I think they're going to give up a lot of easy buckets in the half court on the fast break because they don't have, especially nobody in the paint for Giannis. When I think about it, I'm like, who's going to guard Giannis in the paint? And I understand when Jeff be like, well, who's going to guard Harden? Who's going to guard? Well, I don't think they're going to score every possession, especially Harden's not going to score every possession. It's probably going to be KD's the best player to give it to KD, but I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough 7-game series right now. Right now, I'm still going to say the Nets, but I wouldn't be surprised if Brooklyn pushed them to the limit and like their defense is really going to get exposed in that next series.
All right, Jeff, you got a counter to that? What did you say?
Of course I do. I mean, because any one of those three could give you 50. Like, there's no one else on the Bucks that can give you more than what they already give you. And like Jordan's point, if three dudes give you 30, right, that's 100. That's really sometimes all they be needing. And let's not get carried away. The Bucks defense is good, but Mike, and I hear this all the time, sometimes better offense is better than good defense. And I don't see how you look at a team with 3 of the top 10 players in the league on the same team and say that they can't win.
Because if you go to the park and you get 3 of the top 10 niggas on the park, and then you got 7 dudes that's decent, give me them 7 decent dudes over 3 dudes that's going to give you 30 points.
They still getting smoked, bro. I don't care what you're talking about.
It ain't the 3 Musketeers and the Nets. It's the Nets. And the Nets only got 3 real ballers.
Well, I'm sure the Nets are anticipating maybe one of those games, like a vintage Blake game. You know, he might give you 20 and 10.
Fuck no.
I'm just one. You only need one. We talk about 16 games to the championship. Just one game that he might turn and give you 20. You know what I'm saying? They got players that'll give you just one. Joe Harris could go off for one game. You know, again, those 3 are consistent pillars in the offense and scoring. Yes, defense does win championships, but we only talking about the East right now.
Well, I want to the team leading the playoffs in points per game is not the Nets, by the way, just so we know that. It's actually yours truly. However, okay, I don't see how they're going to get that shit done, bro. I don't see it, bro. James Harden is going to be, to me, I mean, I don't think Kyrie's going to – when you look at their starting 5, what are the matchups looking like? You feel me?
Well, I mean, they're going to stagger those players. They might all start together, but at some point, Steve Nash and I hope the coaching will stagger those players and let someone have that moment to just be on the second unit going off. There's no second unit player in the NBA right now better than any one of those 3.
I mean, yeah, but they're all starting. None of them are coming off the bench.
They are, but they're going to fixate it so the minutes will be broken down. They always do.
I think they need to get back Dinwiddie. That'll be a nice punch for them, honestly. Off the
Ain't coming back in these playoffs.
Ain't coming.
Not coming back at all.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of go off of the philosophy of, like, at the end of the day, you know, it's a team game. I personally thought even without bringing Harden in, overall, before they brought Harden in, they were just an overall better team in terms of.
They had LeVert and Dinwiddie and Allen.
Last guy off the bench.
Yeah.
And so.
But you got to make that trade though, regardless or whatever. So
I feel
you got to.
Yeah, I
but listen,
now they gotta rely. Now they gotta rely on 100 points a game, and for them to go play D. I'm not putting my money on that.
So who you pick? You didn't pick Bucks or Brooklyn.
Oh, I gotta pick.
Yes.
Do the right thing, man. You have to
do the right thing, man. Be smart.
Do the right thing. You know, do the thing that makes sense.
You talk mad junk, but can't pick this.
No, because look, I'll be honest, right? I think Brooklyn's gonna have a hard time, right?
I don't care who you picking though.
Now, Brooklyn should win. Brooklyn should win.
Now you stuttering this shit.
No, Brooklyn should win, but they're gonna have some problems. They're gonna have some serious problems, bro. It should go 7.
So you got Brooklyn at 7.
Milwaukee is trash.
Brooklyn is 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Wow.
They're not. We're gonna get there. Sorry.
All right, okay. All right. We'll get there.
Toby, I'm confused by your later days, but it's okay.
My life.
I mean,
y'all all picked Brooklyn after all that junk. I'm going with the Bucks. I'm on the island, or whatever, I guess. So I'm gonna go with Bucks in 7. I've been saying it all year though. I never thought Nets would win this year. I still believe in that. I still think everything y'all said is true though. The defense is not great. The offense is great. Like the fuck is great. But they also gonna be missing Jeff Green for at least 10 days, something like that. So he's a big loss for them. Hell no, Blake can't get you 20 and 10. No game. He can't get 20 and 10. Blake is done. He might get you like 12 and 8 or some shit like that, but not 20 and 10. But no, nobody for Giannis. And Lopez, if you don't have nobody down there, Lopez will get buckets. Ask Miami. He was giving them buckets or whatever like that.
I like
Lopez. How dare you compare the two?
He's so
for who?
Like, ask Miami. Like, come on, man, stop.
Miami got better interior defenders.
Yeah, Miami got better interior.
Their biggest defender is 6'9".
Still better interior defense.
And then they got dead man walking.
He's bigger than Adebayo is bigger than freaking Claxton, and Claxton is taller. He's still bigger.
Yeah, Joe, tell you, yo. And hold on,
terrible.
Jeff, before you finish. And I love Drew on defense. Yo, Drew was like a plus 90 in that series. Like Drew is a beast, like what he does. And Middleton, he still slept on, but listen, Middleton get buckets, yo.
Yeah, Mike, you got me trying to join. You trying? Damn.
I'm just saying, Middleton get buckets. Not to mention Brent Forbes, yo. That nigga's a sniper on some real stuff and can shoot from anywhere and whatnot, and got a quick trigger as well. And their offense is just so smooth. And again, Giannis is the key. Like you cannot stop. Giannis is a willing passer. He averaged 8 assists against Miami. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with the Bucks and 7. My final. Everybody sticking with their picks. You sticking with your Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
I want to go Bucks because it's like I don't believe. You know what I'm saying? But like I don't like. At the end of the day, like right, I'll tell you why. I'm gonna stick with 7.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Next one. Lakers 2-2. AD hurt, banged up, and stuff like that. Right now, will the Lakers still beat the Suns without AD? I'm gonna start with Toby this time.
I'm on the fence.
That's not
simply,
listen. Hold on, Toby. Today we answering questions. Today we ain't doing no fences.
Oh man, can Bron do it? Yes, Bron could do it if his role players hit their shots. He has the worst shooting team in the league. Kyle Kuzma is trash. He is so disappointing. He gets no bucket.
That was Jeff Boy, Kyle Kuzma.
They got him in the reduced role on purpose.
Man, that nigga sucks, man. I'm not hearing nothing. That nigga is trash. I don't hear no reduced role. He get out there and he does nothing. He gets no bucket. Nobody hits threes.
KCP hurt too, right?
KC. I think he might play tonight though. I'm not sure, but they gotta hit shots. And if Bron could do this with these non-shooting motherfuckers, it's gonna be crazy. But I think Bron's gonna see tonight. This night, how they play tonight is really gonna say a lot, especially how Bron played. We're gonna see Bron still got one of those games in the chamber still to pull this another weak ass team that he gotta carry. He's 36, still carrying motherfuckers. People always getting hurt, you know. AD, man, he's doing these acrobatic layups, getting hurt. What are you doing? You big as hell. Go dunk on their head. What are you doing?
Stay hurt, bro. He stay hurt, man.
Oh, because he be trying to do too much. Why is he trying to do an acrobatic? Like it was Jay Crowder there. He was like, I'm like, bro, go up. You're bigger than everybody.
But he's better than
He always getting hurt. So I don't know. We're gonna see what Bron do tonight, but I think Bron's gonna do it, man. I think he got like a couple.
So
more
you got Lakers in 7 then going all the way, or Lakers in 6?
Man, Lakers in 6, man. Lakers in 6.
Okay, they'll win the next 2 games. Okay, all right.
These next 2 games, man.
All right, Jeff, you go ahead and go. Let's get him.
So yeah, I got Lakers in 6 too. I mean, we about to see Cleveland Bron. Like he about to turn the clock back to his old. He got a couple, you know. And remember, Phoenix isn't. Chris Paul being hurt concerns me. I don't know how many more games he can play with the shoulder like that and still be effective. He had 18 and 9 last game, which is pretty good. But the fact that he's injured and, you know, like it's really no second. I mean, you got Booker, yeah, but we watched Booker carry the Suns to oblivion, you know, just shooting the ball, getting his buckets and nobody else doing anything else. As far as, Kobe, you're right. AD just gets on my nerves sometimes, bro. He's so fancy and soft sometimes, but
so finesse.
Yeah, but he a perennial all-star and all-NBA player, and I expect that, you know, with this time off, it'll help Bron get in the rhythm, and then that way he can kind of carry on when AD come back. So I got them in 6. I don't think the Suns tasting no more wins. I just think it's too much. And I think the critics trying to write Bron off he home just waiting. He waiting for that night. He motivated. Like this is what he lived for. These moments when people say, "Oh, can LeBron do it?" And then at the end of the night, we're gonna be watching the highlights on SportsCenter or NBA TV of Bron having one of those vintage LeBron games.
Okay, you think this gonna last forever? Like he never gonna not be able to do it? Like you think his age will never catch up?
Yeah, he will catch up, but you know, because of his physique, I think he can transition into other positions. where it doesn't require him as much. But I just think he's not going out in the first round. You can hang that up. Like never has, and he will never.
Well, he also got a big drummer to help him out.
Yeah, right. Different strokes for different folks. I got you.
Nah, all right. Drew, what you think, bro? 2-2. What you got? Man?
He just better come out like Cleveland Bron, because if he don't, they going home. Period.
Okay.
End of the story. So if that Bron's not there, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. That's where they going. You know what I'm saying? If you know it, y'all know it. Real shit. Like if he don't have that game, bro, they're not winning. They're not winning, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
What you see right now? Do you see Lakers at 7, Suns at 7? What you think, bro? If the Lakers win, it's gonna be 6 or 7.
You know that hating me wants to go Suns and 6.
Oh damn. Okay.
Hating me wants to go Suns and 6. Wow. But I'm gonna treat Bron like we treated Brady. So I'm not just gonna be like, all right. So I'm gonna say Lakers. I'm gonna give the Lakers a 7. You feel me?
Okay.
But
so Suns get one more game, you think?
Yeah, they gonna get one more game. But he needs to be vintage, like triple-double, like 35, 15, and like 10. Arguably. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need that shit, bro. Let me ask y'all this. Are these teams worse than them Cleveland teams when he was taking them to the finals?
Well, only one team to the finals that was bad, bro. The 18 team.
That was like the Zalskis. What was that?
Oh, you're talking about 07.
Oh. That doesn't even count.
Yeah, that was
That's
count.
what they had.
And 2018. 2018 was the worst.
18 was bad, yeah. This team is better than the 18 Cavs.
So you saying that these teams was better than the teams that he even had back when he was a youngin in Cleveland?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably. If everybody was playing at their potential,
they were better defensively on that Cleveland team in 07. They were defensive as fuck, whatever. So,
but the NBA was different then.
Yeah, NBA was definitely different. Like you got
I didn't even count on that. Hey, I'm counting, but 18, this team better than 18.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And now the dudes from 18 play like they do now, like Clarkson. If he was playing like he do now, that would have been a better team. Like that.
Now Kevin Love is worse now, so they will be.
Yes, true.
But Kyrie's better.
Hey, look.
If he had that team.
Hey, look. If he had this year Derrick Rose and this year Clarkson on the 18 team, this is the best better team. They all got better after they left. I understand, but yeah, I'm I ride with my boys, of course, or whatever. So I'm gonna go Lakers, but Suns could definitely get one more. But if Suns get one more, I think it got to be tonight. I'm with y'all, with Jeff and Toby. If Lakers win today, it's over.
It's over.
Back in LA, stuff like that, or whatever. Now, I feel bad for my boy CP3, man. All that work to lose in the first round.
Oh, shame. Damn! This in Phoenix tonight.
Yeah, it's Phoenix tonight.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I would agree with that. They get this one, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. So
I'm gonna have one of them type performances and close it out.
Now he's gonna have it tonight, and then they're gonna take their heart, and then next performance he's gonna be cruising. So I'm gonna go with Lakers and 6-2. We're gonna ride that train all the way through. Whatnot. So.
He gonna rip their hearts out tonight.
Correct. Yeah, and then they're not gonna play AD in Game 6 either.
That boy, if he come out laying egg, I'm telling you, bro.
Who?
Bron
don't lay eggs, bro.
It's
been a while. Wait, were you gonna go back to 2011? Come on, bro.
Thank you.
He hasn't laid egg in a while. It might not
No. Let me tell you what he does. He don't lay eggs for a whole series. He lays eggs in games or whatever.
Okay, but not the.
Not when the money on the line.
It's like, we want Bron to. We're looking for Bron to carry right now.
He can have.
If they don't win, Bron is still gonna have a good game. I don't think he's gonna have a horrible game where he's
but game 1, it was what he had 18 and 6 or some shit like that. Or whatever like that.
That was just a regular.
Yeah, but I mean, KD don't have no games at all or whatever. Bron will have KD don't have no games like that at all.
He's a
Bron don't have a game here or there.
KD's a scorer. It's easy for him to just score. Bron be doing other things. He just have be in other places.
Sometimes he
just be like, let me get the ball, pull. That's his game.
But bro, sometimes he be doing shit that he be too passive. So when he start,
exactly. That's my point. Bron be
he start lollygag. That's on him, bro.
Yeah,
he wants to get the other players involved.
That's why it's easy for KD to just go out. He's always gonna get 20 because he's KD. But Bron is not always playing that I'm a shoot game, like you said. He's passive. That's why.
He should never.
But he won't be he's been passive. Even the last game he was passive.
He was.
Fourth quarter.
What I'm saying it makes more sense for you to be aggressive to set up the passing lanes. It's easier for
Like
you
Luka.
to get off.
Luka gets 10 dimes but still gets 30 points like
Exactly.
every night.
Yeah, but y'all talking about Bron in year 36. He's picking his spots.
He's
He's
been
just not
doing
gonna
that
come
shit,
out.
bro.
Who?
He been doing that shit. It's easier for you to
But
come
Bron was
out.
way more aggressive. It was easy
Bro,
for Bron to come out aggressive from the jump and just be like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
It's
kill
easier
y'all this
for you to-
series. But Bron is more smarter now. He's like, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna
save my energy.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this. So like, he saved his energy for like nights like this where he got to take over.
He better have it tonight because he needs it.
He's very strategic when he gets into a series.
As he's gotten older, he's gotten more strategic. Once he's gotten in series stuff.
All I'm saying is he better have it tonight. Y'all better be ready.
Yeah.
Group chat gonna be on fire tonight.
And Bron
to my point, that's why I don't like it. I like a nigga to give me 25, 30 every night. I hate that shit, honestly. But
and that's easier for you to even set up the pass. You come out being aggressive. Now they got a W. Now it's boom, 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 boom.
They gonna double me either way.
You got 15
Bron is always gonna get doubled.
Right.
Listen, if those role players don't hit their threes, they're gonna lose. It's simple as that.
They gotta stop shooting them. They gotta drive.
If they're open, that's the difference. They gotta drive, but if they're wide open, they're gonna take it.
Bro, they don't even be. Bro, they don't double him like they should, bro.
Nobody gets doubled like that anymore. Until you get to like 30. When you get to 30, then they start sending the double. Like, oh, let's send the double.
Guys like Steph Curry, Dame, they
not from tip off.
Durant, Kyrie, yeah.
Joel Embiid might get doubled though.
Joel Embiid gets double from the rip. But you guys, you got guys like Kyrie who come off a screen from the jump. They trapping him.
Bron will show up tonight, and then game 6, I think, but Phoenix won't have it anymore. But Bron gonna have a 35 to 40. Bron don't really have 40-point games no more. I don't remember last night 40-point
chilling, bro.
Because he gets 10 assists.
Finals.
So does Luka with 40 points. Like that don't mean nothing.
When Luka had 40, 10, and 10?
Young, bro.
He just had 40 the other night. Like,
he just did it the other night.
Yeah, 40. Right, didn't he? Don't we know?
Bron had 40 in the finals, but that was just last year.
I get it, bro, but
he's just not gonna go off. But you gotta remember, Bron is 36. Like you, if you really think about when Bron was like in Cleveland, his first like couple years, and he was sweeping the East. Yes. He was just running through teams. That's Luka. You know, that's what Bron was doing. But he's not.
Come on, man! Don't ever compare what Bron did in the beginning of his career to what Luka doing. No, come on.
Bro,
those things aren't equal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to compare him.
Bro,
now,
it's super.
Bron been doing
Bron at age 22, or even let's go last year, 21, wasn't putting numbers up Luka puts up now, or whatever.
Bron was going to the chip at like 21.
Yeah, Bron went to the chip at 21.
In the
Even
East?
the year.
I don't care.
The year he went to the year in Cleveland, 2018, he put up those numbers. 40 every night. He had like 8 40-point games or something like that.
That was his last hurrah, as far as like being able to do that.
I mean,
he's a more team player.
He gave us all to bum ass Cleveland, like they dreamed him. They took all those great games and just used it in the trash, like 51 points in the trash. Like it don't matter.
Yo,
that's what I told Mike.
Yo, Bron Burley has 30-point games now. Like, to be honest with you.
Because you give him his ADT.
Yo, that's not true. No, look at this.
Bron has some 30-point games this season.
So,
not many, bro. Enough for a 36-year-old. Enough for him to average like what 24.
Bro. Listen, I say, look, he just as an older player do, which is right. They pick and choose their spots, and that's what he does, or whatever like that. But you know, I just want to say, MJ led the league in scoring at 36, but that's not the end of it or whatnot. So,
took 3 years off, but that's fine.
Thank you, Toby.
Give Bron his 3 years that he wasted in Cleveland after Kyrie left.
Right. Anyway, next topic or whatever. Tied up 2-2 as well. Blazers versus Nuggets. Who y'all got? The stuff to win the series. Let's start with Jordan this time. What you like in that series or whatever?
Honestly, bro. Damn. I think the Nuggets might. I mean, I think the Trailblazers might be able to pull it out just off the fact that they might get more consistency with scoring the rock. Everybody on Denver, they don't get enough scoring consistency through everybody. They're not gonna have enough. Like Jokic and Porter Jr. isn't enough to me for them to, you know what I'm saying? So I think they need to get contributions from more guys on the floor because, I mean, they got Portland's, pretty much fully healthy. They have their two stars, Melo. Powell had 30 for them the other night. You know what I'm saying? We know he's a vet or a champion, can come in and fill in, do whatever. So I think Portland's going to be able to pull it out just off the strength that they got their two stars. And they're missing. Denver's really missing Jamal Murray. I just think them two scoring 20, 30 plus still isn't enough.
All right, Jeff, what do you think of the series?
I'm actually changing my pick. I think Denver is going to win. I think that Portland had to go up 3-1 to kind of take their hearts, and they didn't. Because Joker really too good. Like he deserves the MVP this year, just because he's been playing long all season. But he really efficient. It's team ball, and they got people that can light it up. Joker and Porter will give you numbers, but they got some scary talent. Not even talent, but people that I could say, he'll give me one game of 20 points. When I look at the Portland Trailblazers, I only see Dame, CJ, and Norman Powell really that could kind of give me that. I don't have faith in Anthony Simons. Melo, he might get 20, but I think after they took the ball out of Melo's hand that first game, he had 18 in the first half. I think he really kind of cooled off a little bit. But I just think Denver is poised. They got the Blazers in perfect position. It'd be 2-2 the way that the Blazers played in a couple games and the way Denver played in a couple games. So I think Denver going to pull it out now because they got them where they want them now. Blazers had to go up 3-1. I think it was essential for them to do that. And then it would have been Dame time because they don't play any defense at all either. The Blazers have no defensive presence.
They never have, bro.
I know, but I mean, it's bad, bro. They take Dame and they take Dame to the paint.
I love Dame. Him and CJ are the worst backcourt defensively in the whole league. They can't guard anybody, bro.
You're right. You're totally right, and I agree with you on that point. So
nobody talks about it. It's crazy. But anyway, go ahead.
It's Portland. I mean, who cares about it? You know what I'm saying? But I got Denver taking this all now. 2-2. It's not where Portland wanted to be. They should have won up 3-1. They couldn't close the deal, and now Denver's going to go ahead and punch them in the throat and take it down.
And what happened? Stotts gets fired after that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Jordan, what do you think? Well, you already said that. My fault. Toby, what you got?
In the last show, I said the Blazers in 7 games. I'm going to stick with the Blazers in 7 games.
Okay.
I remember a couple shows ago, we was talking about Michael Porter, and I was like, I like Michael Porter, but I still don't think he's ready for that number 2 role yet. I mean, he might have a game, and surprise me, help him win the series. I don't think he's gonna have that game. And I got the Blazers in 7. I mean, it's gonna be a tough 7 games. That's all I got to say about that.
I'm gonna roll with Toby. I also got Blazers in 7. I think that the Denver has become too Joker dependent. Time to win on. Like you said, MPJ ain't been stepping up like he was earlier when Murray first left out. Maybe the playoffs got him a little jittery. I don't know what it is. Aaron Gordon. He wanted to guard Dame, and then Dame started giving it to him or whatever like that. So that ain't keep consistently. And Portland is deeper, especially right now. Like Jamal Murray out. What's the other nigga? Barton. Barton. He stay out. He out again or whatever like that. And
Smokes much weed.
Gotta be that something like that. But either way, I think I like Dame in a close game. And not saying he better, not saying because Joker better, but I like the fact that he's a guard. He'll get a shot anytime he wants to. And I don't know. I'm gonna roll with and I think they deeper off the bench too, because Melo come off the bench too. So I'm gonna roll with Portland to knock it off in 7 games still, or whatever. So I think they will. It won't go back to back. Portland will lose another game, but it's gonna go 7. So that's how it should be. But Stotts will still get fired this season. That's
low key though. Who's been surprising, and he really under the radar a lot. What's the old head name? Millsap. I don't know. He just brings something to that team that some sort of leadership position. I think is good for them. I ain't saying he got to give you points, but his presence on the team, I think, elevates them in a more mature fashion.
I thought he was retired, bro. I know he still plays when he said it.
Ain't no bringing no leadership, no nothing.
On the low, though, I do somewhat agree with Jeff. They need more contributions from somebody like him. And I think when you have a team where their main offense is basically their post presence currently, and they don't have another guy on the perimeter except for maybe Michael Porter Jr. Austin Rivers isn't consistent enough. You need guys like Millsap that can get a few buckets in the paint, in the post, going to the free throw line. They need that right now. You feel what I'm saying? And if anybody should step up, it should be him because he's, he was an All-Star. I mean, he's been
was years
before.
ago.
Was yes.
He had playoff runs. Like he knows what it is. He knows what it's like to be the guy as a starter. Not the guy, but one of the guys, a starter, an All-Star. Like step up. Your chance to show the world that you're not dead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, look, Denver gonna lose this series to me, and they got problems because Murray injury is not like coming back in October. He's gonna be out for like a whole year. They won't be back till next spring. So Denver got more problems than they think.
They're screwed.
Yeah, not really. Porter's gonna be outstanding next year, and I'm shocked that y'all not really on the Porter blowing up next year.
Next year?
I'm hoping
I'm ready for him to blow up next year.
I'm hoping it happens. I think they should get rid of Jamal if it does.
Oh,
I would too.
Wildin'. That's wildin'.
I would too. Are you giving Murray a max deal off ACL injury? I'm good. I'll get rid of him.
I am. Guys come back off shit like that.
He was never All-Star before that. Like he was only okay. So
but he's a nucleus. Him, Porter, and Murray.
MPG has way higher ceiling than Jamal. Way higher.
Denver's a bad organization. They're gonna give him the money. I promise you.
I mean, I just don't see why they should. You talk about a guy who really played like an All-Star in the bubble.
Right.
And this year only averaged a dub.
Right. Barely.
Nah.
Correct.
Because of Porter's ascension.
Nah, bro. Because he was only averaging like 17 when they was both healthy.
That's more than Ben Simmons.
Nah, relax, bro.
Well, we'll get to the Sixers later. We'll get to the Sixers later. I got a lot to say on Ben Simmons and the Sixers or whatever. But I would probably
relax, bro.
But all right, another 2-2 series, man. Mavericks and Clippers. Have the Clippers, came back and they can put it away now, or the Mavericks still in the driver's seat? What do you think, Toby?
Clippers. The Mavs are disappointing. Porzingis isn't playing good. What the fuck is he doing? Trash. They gotta hit a lot of threes. That's how they won the first couple games. So if they don't do that, they will be losing. And I don't think they're gonna win the series. Clippers are gonna win the series. They were the higher seed and they were the better team for a reason. So Clippers in 6.
And Kawhi is balling, yo. Like he only barely missed shots.
I'm not even worried about that because they're gonna put some real defenders on him. I mean, no one's guarding him on Dallas. I mean, they all suck. I mean, the shooting will calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you. What you think, Jeff, about Clippers and Mavs?
I'm with Toby. I think the Clippers in 6. This is another series where the better team actually has a team who had the hot hand right where they want them. And I think the Mavs needed to go up 3-1 too, and they didn't. But like you just said, man, Kawhi is a cyborg, yo. Like he laser focus, knew nothing, and then just he gonna help Paul George get some wins. And it's sad to say, but Paul George is going to get a reputation of winning in the playoffs, even though it's not because of him. But Dallas doesn't have any. And Porzingis, I mean, I don't even know what's going on with that dude, man. I know he banged up a little bit, but damn, like he's terrible.
Now
like,
you go AD soft, Porzingis soft, bro.
Hey, is this fair to say that because Porzingis is from another country, it's kind of like a bias?
Nah. Fuck
I mean, no, because AD from Chicago, he shouldn't be that soft.
But he's definitely tougher than Porzingis.
He might
AD.
Softer.
I mean, listen, if you
tougher. I mean,
tougher. Yeah.
Yeah, tough.
The thing about Porzingis that he's 7'3", and they're able to go small because he don't play any post ball. So they got like Paul George on him is like 6'9", and like other cats who shouldn't be able to guard him but he want to face up like he fucking Steph Curry and shit instead of like using his size.
I don't know. Y'all remember that time Porzingis took that punch to the mid out where he was from? I don't know if y'all.
Oh yeah, I remember that, John.
I don't know. He's a tough son of a dude. But there's no levels to soft. You soft.
All right, who you got in the series, bro? Okay, let's talk about Clippers. Clippers up, Matt.
Wait, but let me back up real quick. Mike, you called it. I hate to even give Mike credit on anything, honestly, because they go to his head every single time. But the Rondo play, in certain Rondo was like magic. Like even just giving him a couple more minutes than he was getting, he controls the game. He's actually essential for Kawhi because he takes Kawhi off the ball. He gets him set up easy shots. Mid-range game is crazy.
Right. And George, who you got, man?
I mean, yeah, I got the Clips. You know what I'm saying? They were. I mean, like the only chance the Mavs really truly had was to win that game 3.
Mm-hmm.
If they won that game 3, now you got them in a sunken place. Now you can crush them, even if you
Mm-hmm.
lose 4. Now they fucked. So they about to get this next 2. It's over. Hey, feel me? They gonna go 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said about Porzingis, already said that. I like the idea. And Jeff, not wrong with giving me credit, man. I'm Guru for a reason, bro. Anyway,
Hate giving this guy credit, man.
I like the idea of when Ty Lue finally coached, unlike Doc last year, and put Nicholas Batum in the starting lineup to get more defense on Luka. And like I said, without Porzingis taking advantage of him going small, it don't even matter or whatever like that. So I think that was genius. Of course, I like Rondo. I think playoff P this year, man. Can't get credit for that.
That's on the record too.
This year, I ain't say forever.
So
far this year,
that's on the record.
I mean,
so far, it's playoff P.
I mean, it's the Mavs, bro. Like nobody's gonna count it until they play against like the Lakers or like somebody serious, bro. Like
didn't they lose to Denver last year or whatever? I mean, it's the same thing. But anyway, it don't matter. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead. No.
The Tim Hardaway contract is starting to look atrocious.
Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Yeah,
Yes.
but you know everybody's getting money like that too.
I know, but he's bad.
But he's sometime, like he'll show up and then not show up or whatever. Like Finney Smith is sometime as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they really are Luka or bust. That other game 3, when they were up 19, you saw that shit, Toby? And then Luka came out. And then they came all the way back, and then they won the game. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't know why. I don't know what's up with Porzingis. Like
he's not that good.
He just hurt.
Don't
get crazy.
Always hurt.
Yeah, don't say he's not that good, bro. Don't say he's not that good.
He's not that good, man.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm at that point, man. He's not that good, man.
He's not.
Just stay hurt. He just stay hurt. Always hurt. He's always hurt. He's never been the same since he got hurt. He's never been good since then.
I'm tripping because if he wasn't getting hurt, if he never got hurt, I wasn't finna say none of that. He was like
He's been injured. He had like one game in the bubble against the Clippers last year, and that's been it. We seen one game.
Before he got hurt, he was the Knicks. He was balling.
The Knicks, bro. Yeah.
Bro, that was 10 years ago, bro. Anyway, but with that being said, though, I don't trust the Clippers to actually close it out in 6 either, though, or whatever, because I don't like their heart. I think like sometimes they don't show up, so I'm gonna go Clippers in 7 still, whatever. I think Luka gets on one more, man. That's my guy, Luka. So.
Did we have a discussion before whether Luka was in like top 5? Okay.
Yes, and y'all said no. This was last year. I said okay. Whatever. Anybody still say he's not top 10?
We're gonna check.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Got that.
Anyway, and Robbie said that the Ben was better than Luka 2 years ago. I tell him that too. Anyway, after getting swept, your guys, Jeff. What was that, Toby?
I just said Robbie's a homer. That's it.
I know.
Only.
After getting swept, Jeff, your Heat this year, did this show last year was a fluke? And do you think they will ever be a contender again? Did everybody be on the Heat bandwagon? What do you think, Jeff?
They out of gas. They wasn't. Those last year was an anomaly. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, it was. I wouldn't attribute it to the bubble, but I just think it was just one of those seasons where a team got a good run. And again, like I said a couple weeks ago on the show, Giannis just wasn't really ready. And then in conjunction with that, the front office did work this offseason. They bought in some players to make the Bucks better. So the Bucks got better and the Heat didn't. Like they tried to run it back with the same squad and they got smoked. And it just proves, Jimmy really is a 2A. He's really a second guy, I think, I don't know if I can look at Jimmy anymore as a 1 guy, and by the Heat nixing that deal for Harden just to keep Hero. Yeah, it might bring you longevity, but Harden right now and Jimmy will definitely be still in the game. And they'll get to work this offseason.
Okay.
But last year was a truck.
What do you think about the Heat and their chances moving forward and them all together, Toby?
The Heat. I think they're gonna be all right, but they got to make moves. First of all, they try to make a move. They try to get Oladipo, but He got hurt.
Again,
He's
yeah.
always hurt.
Again.
And I do agree with Jeff. I do think they were tired. They were out of gas. Every team that made the conference finals last year was hurt. I mean, Denver lost Murray.
Oh yeah.
Boston lost Brown, and they lost Kemba. He didn't play the last 2 games. And Robert Williams, AD is being AD. He's hurt all the time. And who was it? It was
On the Heat.
yeah, in the Heat. In the Heat, they was injured a lot during the season in the beginning. Remember, they started real low, and they fought their way back in. So I think that played a part. They're not flukes, like Jeff said. They really got hot and they made it. But Bucks got better. And I remember a few weeks ago, I think I picked the Bucks because I was like, PJ Tucker, Drew Holiday. They got Bobby Portis, Brent Forbes. I remember him from the Spurs hitting threes. So they got a way better team, man. They're just gonna have to, like Jimmy Butler. He might not even be a 2, to be honest. He might be a 3 for real.
Damn.
Depending on the situation, he had like 4. They said Brent Forbes outscored him this series. So I think that says a lot. He might be on the right team. He's a 2. Like if he's playing with Embiid and Simmons.
But that's the problem, though, right? If he's their best player, he said he a 3. How the hell then are they going to be good moving forward?
What they're going to do is going to have to get a 1, and Jimmy's going to have to be the 2. Then they're just going to have to go from there.
Gotcha. All right. So what you think, Jordan, about the Heat?
And I agree with what Joe and Jeff said. I don't necessarily think they were a fluke. I think they lost out on energy. I was afraid of Miami. I thought that the Miami would be a team that can take anybody just because of the way that the style of play. Right. Oladipo would have been a good move for them if he was healthy. If he's going to be healthy, we don't know. The person who needs to step up to elevate them is Adebayo. He's got the ability to basically do what Julius Randle does, in my opinion. He can average 20, 10, and 6. He's not aggressive enough. He's got guys that guard him to where he can either go around or bully them. And he's not aggressive enough. He's not even confident with his shot at times. And they're trying to give the ball to like Robinson and Harrow. Like, no, because those guys really can't create their own shot like Bam can. So they shouldn't be the second option or third option. They should just be the wing guys, the role players, open shots. When they're out the game, then it's your time. So I think Bam has to be one that puts them to a different level because I think he has the talent and the ability.
I was going to say that too, Joe. You stole my thunder right there. But yeah, I was going to say they have a 1, but they got to use him as a 1 and make Jimmy the 2 and run the offense through Bam and let him start taking 16 to 20 shots a game instead of getting like 8 to 10 sometimes or sometimes whatever. I feel like he's not always engaged. They run these plays on him, these pick and pops, and he didn't miss the jumper. But why not he not getting the ball and like doing his work and stuff like that? I feel like that it's enough with how talented he is. Now you got to show it for me or whatever like that. So I feel like it's time for Bam to take that next step. I feel like Hero as well. Everybody, he got big head after the bubble last year. Hero. Now it's like he started falling off. He got to level off too. He can't be this high and this low. He got to be in the middle somewhere.
I think it was top, bro. I think that
the bubble was for him. The bubble was for him for real.
I think he popped it. I think he popped it yesterday, bro. Cause, bro, what is he? 6'3", 6'4"?
Hero?
Yeah. What tall is he?
He's 6'5".
6'5"?
Yeah.
Check that, Rob. Check that, Toby.
Yeah, I would check that.
Right now.
He looks relatively small. He's got no muscle.
Nah, Hero ain't small.
He's right.
He got no muscle though, but he's short though.
Yeah, but you need he don't got it. You got to be extra exceptional if you're 6'5".
6'5".
You got
That's on paper.
You got to be exceptional. 6'5", no muscle. You got to be Kevin Durant scoring 30. Like I don't think he's not physical. Be anybody. I don't like him, bro.
That's another problem with the Heat too. They're really small. Like the Bucks bring you. I know Lopez isn't like Shaq or anything, but they bring you 2 7-footers in Milwaukee.
They got a whole bunch of the same players: Trevor Ariza, Iguodala, like Jimmy.
Yeah,
they all do the same thing, and I think they. I mean, I'm not gonna say last year was a fluke. I'm just say that team and that Heat culture, they came more prepared to the bubble than other teams or whatever like that because of Spoelstra and Pat Riley and how they are. And Jimmy was already Jimmy the one who said, if you remember, I told my family don't come because I don't want no distractions or whatever like that. So I think Jimmy was just on the mission. I think this year it's a little different. I also think that Dragic can't be best scorer like he has been for them. He almost 34 or whatever, 35 or something like that. So I feel like they got to make some moves. But I feel like either Bam got to take a next step, or they got to bring another one, or it's over for them. They're gonna be a bottom 4 seed every year. Like,
You're right.
Until they get rid of Jimmy. I think Jimmy is up for like another contract or something like that soon.
He is.
Well, yeah. So I don't like that either. Anyway, speaking of Jordan mentioned Julius Randle. So if the Knicks lose the first round, was the season a disappointment, and what does this series show you about Julius Randle? Let's go with Jeff, who never really liked Randle in the first place.
I don't, and I still don't like Randle. And I think this is a fluke this year. I think next year he'll fall back into mediocrity, as he has been the previous few years. I do. Like, I never thought he for one, he's too big, and he's got a soft touch kind of game. Like, he just isn't that good to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how, I don't expect them to be in the same position next year. I think they'll be a bottom 4 seed next year. They added D Rose. He's old. Who else is a young budding star on there? RJ Barrett really hasn't shown this number 2 draft pick, like the ceiling that I was expecting from him. I don't know if he doesn't get the ball enough or whatever the case may be, but that team isn't constituted to continue this type of success. I think next year they're going to fall into the bottom or maybe even out of the playoffs. I don't see Julius Randle continuing to be a player of this caliber year after year going forward. I don't.
So he won't be an all-star next year, you don't think?
And I won't say he won't be an all-star next year because it's contingent on, injuries, Mike. You know how stuff play out. You never really know. But, I mean, the way he played this year, I don't see him carrying this on.
Okay, how about this? Will he be all-NBA next year?
Hell no. Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Okay.
You bugging.
Was he all NBA this year,
bro?
Yeah, he's gonna make all NBA.
They didn't make, but he'll be 13.
I think he might make it.
He will.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I mean, shit.
Yeah, it's all NBA, so go get your resume or whatever.
Yeah.
Jeff saying he won't be 13 next year.
He won't even be 13 next
year.
year.
He wouldn't be an all-star. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
I mean, he might make the all-star. Like I said, contingent on what happens with the league, how players get hurt. But I don't expect the Knicks to be a top 4 seed next year. I don't.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Well, what you think, Toby, about Randle and the Knicks and everything else, bro?
I mean, Randle was never really a number 1, guy. It's his first time doing it. But, I mean, it's not going to be a failure if they lose to the Hawks. They should beat the Hawks. I mean, we thought they was going to beat the Hawks because they play good defense. But when it comes down to it, the Hawks
They can't score.
They can't score. The Hawks are a more talented team at the end of the day. They got the shooters for today's NBA. And that's how, goes down. Julius didn't perform well. When the playoff comes, your game gets exposed because of the way teams defend you. And, everything just goes up in the playoffs. But next year, I do still think he'll be an all-star. I don't think he's going to go back to being mediocre like Jeff said. And they're still going to be a playoff team. I don't think they're going to come back the same, though. I mean, it's New York now. They're going to try to get some pieces in there. Maybe, dream scenario, they get somebody in that's a number 1 that's in front of Julius, and then Julius is like number 2 or something, or maybe 3, who knows. But I think they're gonna come back next year. They're gonna make some tweaks. They're gonna be a good team again next year. They're gonna make the playoffs, and they'll be all right. They're going up right now. The Knicks are going up right now.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yo, Julius averaging 24, 10, and 6. He's not doing that next year.
24, 10, and 6.
Yeah.
I work for Julius.
I know, but I mean, that's not. That's his career highs across the board.
Okay, but he's just getting there. He's just getting to that level. So
we'll see.
All right, Jordan, what you think about the Knicks and Julius Randle, the series, man?
Yeah, I'm a Sixers fan, so it's fuck the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
End of the day, but I'm gonna put that aside and say I like Julius Randle. I like his game. 6'10", good size.
Yeah.
Can stretch it, can play inside, but once again, he don't play inside enough. Like, bro, when you look at it, bro, he's scoring 25, and the majority of that is really coming from he's a good shooter. Like, he got his jump shot up. He can shoot. Mm-hmm. So you talking about that's coming from mid-range, 3-point, and then free throws, because when he's going to the rim, when he does decide to go to the rim, he's getting fouled.
Right.
He's going to the free throw line. I think he can average more than 25. Because if you 6'11", bro, when you look at him, the way he's built, bro, first of all, he got athleticism out the ass. Mm-hmm. So majority of the time, the dudes defending you, they're not going to be able to rock with you. you got to do exactly what Joel do. Go down to that block, face up, go to the chest. You either going to dunk over top of them or they got to foul you. Then you go to the free throw line. So I think I like his game. I like the Knicks. They're ascending. I agree with Toby. They have young talent. So why would that young talent get worse? They should be able to create more buzz because it's the Knicks, and maybe they can hopefully get a nice star to come over there and be, play with them. They need a guy who can go and get them 30. So I don't know what young guy out there right now that they can go get in a sign and trade or free agency where they can go and try, you know what I'm saying? But if not, they want it. Barrett's got to step up. Julius Randle's gonna have to continue to pay. That Quickly guy, he might end up being their point guard of the future if he can, just develop, get a little stronger. But he's got a nice J. He can D up. He's got good size. They got Toppin. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a lot of guys. They got a lot of young pieces, and Thibodeau's the perfect coach. So, I like what they have. I like Julius Randle a lot. I think he'll continue to be an all-star. He's only like what? He's not even over. He can't even be over 25 years old.
Yeah, he's 6 years in the league. Yeah, about that.
And he's only what? He's got to be only like 24.
25 probably, I think now, yeah.
But so he's got like what? Another 10 years of playing at his prime. You know what I'm saying?
Jeff?
As Thibodeau has showed that he runs his players in the ground. And yes, the Knicks have young talent with Toppin, but him and Randle the same position really. Like 6'8", 6'9", kind of inside out kind of player. Toppin hasn't learned to shoot quickly. Where did he even come from? I don't know. They got Emmanuel. They got like some other players like Nerlens Noel, like a couple other players. I'm just like, wait, hold up, what's going on? Again, I just don't see this happening again next year.
Well, Nerlens is a good defensive anchor when he out there, stuff like that. But yeah, with Julius, man, see, the thing about him, everything else said is true, but also he can only really go left. He's left-handed. And I think they done scouted that really a lot, especially in Atlanta right now. And Nate McMillan, he's solid the whole time. That's why he's not only scoring but like 15 points a game in this series with him. He's still getting his boards. What I do like about Randle is that even though he's not scoring, he won't stop doing nothing. So he's still getting his boards, still running the floor and stuff like that.
And when he's off, he's still shooting.
He's still shooting and stuff like that. So that's good. But that's a glaring problem or whatever that he's gonna have to work on or whatever on in the offseason to be so left dominant. And even like Harden, he want to go left, but they can't stop him from going left or whatever. Like it don't matter. They're like,
they can't stop him from going left if he do it the right way.
But it's not for this series. I'm saying that right now.
But I like him a lot because I like dudes who you can tell like they put in the work. You know
he did put in the work. Yeah,
he put in the work. Like Julius Randle wasn't no fucking. I'm not saying he was nobody.
He was talented already. He was top 6 pick. He was talented, and he was giving the Lakers. He was giving the Lakers double low key. Like
right. He wasn't like he ain't no bust or nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So you can always tell he had that talent, and it's just cool. It's nice to see dudes who put in that work, and now they reaping the benefits. He about to be the number one. He's an all-star for the New York Knicks. Like,
here's a question. Would you give him a max deal?
Yeah, because I like dudes who, look, he can play, bro. He can play the 4 to 5. He can guard 1 through 5. Just like in terms of like pick and roll situation, pick and roll situation, he can switch off and guard the guard. He can move his feet and guard the guard. He's giving you 25 and 10 and 6 assists. That's nice. That's for real, bro. That ain't no. I don't think that's gonna be like an anomaly or some shit. Like that's gonna be like he's nice, bro. Like he gonna be like.
Let's remember his volume went up. He's getting a lot more shots because he's a focal point. So, and I feel like if they bring in somebody that is capable of getting some work done too, his volume would change. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that. He's efficient. He had a great season. He was like 50, 40, and 81, which is merely remarkable to be 40% from the 3, 50% from the field, and 81% from the line. Yeah, I just checked it already.
Now, I'm looking at an article real quick and say Lakers front office say that Drummond is a part of the team's future moving forward. I'm like, what? Hell no.
Yeah, for a league minimum. Look, if Kuz's still on the team, Drummond could be on the team. Hell with it, like. But yeah, Julius Randle. I mean, again, he just got a lot of volume this year, and like I said, I don't expect that to be the case. And they look, who do the Hawks have that's like a lockdown person that's like shutting him down?
Nobody.
That's the problem. Then why is he only getting 14 points a game?
That's my point. Like
they're keying on him. They don't have anyone else. And he's not playing well. He's not even missing shots. He's missing shots. He's taking them and he's missing them. It's his first playoff series. He's the number one guy. I'm gonna cut him some slack. They weren't gonna win anyway because Trae Young.
They should have.
They should clamp him.
They should have won.
They got the shooters though. Knicks got that defense.
Bro, when people talk about the Hawks didn't play D, but when playoff comes around, everybody plays D. So the Hawks have more scoring than them, and they're deeper. So it's over for them.
The Knicks were top 5 in points allowed this season and rebounds defensively.
But bro, everybody plays D when the playoffs come. So
why the Knicks ain't playing no D?
They is playing D. They're
playing D, but they're not scoring enough.
They're not scoring enough. They can't score. You got D Rose getting 30. You got Julius Randle getting 16, and everybody else got 5 points.
That says a lot.
No,
about your guy.
That's terrible. But they got to figure that out.
Would you give Randle a max contract?
A max contract. I mean, if I am the owner of a team, no, because I'm thinking about where he could take my team by himself. Okay. I'm getting even people like Jimmy Butler. They talking about him getting a max. I'm not giving Jimmy a max because I'm thinking I'm giving a max to the best player that could literally carry my team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in my head, he's not really like that.
There's only a handful of guys that are those individuals.
Yeah, so and that's the people I'm gonna pay.
If you don't have huh?
That's the people I'm gonna pay, not the guy that.
So what you gonna do? You gonna be asked if I had nobody?
I mean, I'm not gonna win the chip either way. So
the Knicks are giving up 100 points a game to Hawks.
I'm just gonna pay better. I'm just gonna pay players that's not max that can still get us to
Yeah, bro, I mean that's
he's not a max guy. Therefore,
the Sixers are scoring more points than that, Jeff. Why? Because they have more scoring. If the Knicks had more scoring, they probably win a couple more games.
Listen, bro, no way D Rose should be outscoring Julius Randle. I just can't buy it in 2021.
D Rose is a vet.
He shouldn't be the leading scorer, bro.
He shouldn't be the leading scorer.
I'm cutting Julius the slack on this one. First playoff series.
I can cut him some slack too, but that's why I'm not going to pay him the max next year because I have to see him do that first.
But this is the first year. But bro, this is his first year for everything. You're talking about possibly first-time All-NBA, first-time All-Star, most improved player. A lot of guys aren't averaging 25, 10, and 6. That's not just a fly-by-night shit. That's not going away. You think it's going to be like the Monstars or Space Jam?
Next year, I got to see him doing the first before he get his max.
Well, actually, he a free agent 2022 next summer. So we'll see what he does next year or whatever like that. So, but
terrible.
But I don't think he's gonna. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Or whatever like that. He got to be consistent, but not consistent in the season. Like Toby said, you did it. Now you're gonna do it in the playoffs. Whatever next year. We'll see. Next topic though. Even though they're losing, Ja Morant has been balling ever since the play-in tournament. So as he's shown, he's ready to take the next step. And where do you see the Grizz in the future as a playoff contender, Jeff?
In the future, yeah, that'd be good. I mean, they'll add some more pieces to him. He is a star within himself. His game is excellent. He translates offensively. He could be better defensively.
Can he be a superstar though?
I can see him being a superstar. Absolutely. I mean, he's got it already. He just has that knack. You know, he got the chip on his shoulder going to the small school, came to the NBA, went to the Grizz. You know, those teams that came out of playoff games, the play-in games, have a little more momentum than those people who were sitting, waiting to play the games. Mm-hmm. So he's hot. He's going to go home, but he'll come back next year. It'll be better. The front office should make some moves. And
so you say next year they'll need a play-in game? They'll be in the playoffs next year, you think?
Check back maybe when the season starts. And I'll let you know. I got to see what moves they make because it's like really him and who else. Like Jaren Jackson Jr., I haven't seen enough out of him.
Brooks.
That's
the name.
Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah. Again, we're getting a microcosm microcosm sample size of what Dylan Brooks can do.
Yeah.
Those three together could be a really good core. Morant, Brooks, and Jaren Jackson. I got confidence in Jaren Jackson. I'm always big on players whose father played in the league. I just think that brings maybe the professionalism comes along. Teach him how to be a better pro. We'll figure that out next year. But John's definitely a star. Like, he gonna carry the team. I don't know how long he's gonna stay in there. He might do a 7 and bounce because the market might not be big enough. But he gonna rock the boat next year for sure. Maybe in the play-in game. But I gotta see what else moves they make. Like, I don't like Valanciunas. I think that slows the teams down. They're not fast enough on the inside. And I anticipate them making some moves. But John's good. That's small crazy good. He got bunnies. He could shoot. He attack. He got heart. And those are the components you want to build in a franchise player, somebody that you could be like, yo, go get the game for us. Do your thing.
All right, Jordan, what do you think about Ja moving forward?
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Ja a lot. Baby Westbrook, in my opinion, he's got that sort of potential, even with a better jumper, to be real.
Make sure these comparisons be a little on point, because you say Baby Westbrook, and that got
Baby
with the tenacity, maybe.
Not the tenacity, but style of play. Athleticism, size, toughness, can play make, can give you 10 assists, 10 rebounds, but he doesn't do it every night.
No nights.
So, I like.
So the Grizz in the future, what do you think about them?
I mean, they're going to be good. They have a lot of young talent. Dylan Brooks is nice. Sniper, can score, and tough, and plays D. Love him. Wish he was on the Sixers. Jaren Jackson's got serious talent, young. Still raw, needs to get a little stronger, but he's gonna be nice because he can do it all. Big man with guard skills, shoot, rebound. I like Valanciunas a lot. I fuck with Valanciunas. Valanciunas is underrated. Valanciunas give you 20-20 and he's super tough.
Yeah, he's underrated. Yeah,
he's super underrated. He don't play no games. So I like them. I think they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. The only issue is all those other teams in the West.
So right now, has Ja made the next step to be a superstar? Let's say next year, you think?
In his own right, yes. The team in itself is going to be hard. I think they're still going to be. I still think they're going to be a player.
All right, because he hasn't been an All-Star, so will he be All-Star next year? I guess the question.
Oh,
cool.
Because it's hard to. You got Steph, you got Luka,
Dame.
I don't know. I mean, who's giving?
Yeah.
Is everyone talking? Is it CP?
Murray? No, it's Murray.
CP? No, no. All right, cool. So throw that away. No,
you talking about guards? You got
just
got
full
a book.
guards. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes. Okay. What about you? What do you think? All-Star next year, Jeff, or no?
Yeah.
All right, Toby. Well, this about John the Grizz.
I mean, they're gonna be good going forward. I mean, he's a star in the making. He's gonna be an all-star. I don't know if it's gonna be next year, but eventually, he's gonna get there and get buckets. They have a young nucleus. I like their team. Dylan Brooks is way better than I thought he was. I seen him before.
Yeah,
Never thought he was gonna be getting buckets like this.
No.
Everybody get buckets nowadays. Yeah, they're gonna be good going forward. Josh, he's gonna be one of the best point guards in the league. Gonna be up there. So, yeah, I see a bright future for them. Next year, they're probably going to be around the same position, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. So, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
West is tough. So, yeah.
So, what does that mean, though? Like, right? So, next year they'll be in the same position. So, when do they get out of that position? Or whatever.
I think Jeff said it. It depends on what moves they make, I guess.
Gotcha.
Let's see what moves they make. If they make some dramatic moves, then maybe they can move out of that position. But right now, I'm just thinking about them making, like, little moves that's not really going to move the nail all the way. It might make them a better team, but when it comes to, everybody gets better, like, every year. So
Right.
It's not going to make them be, like, a 6 or 5 yet.
I don't like that coach, really, to be honest with you, or whatever. I
don't even know his name. I don't even know who
Me
he
either.
is. But
just watching him out there and some of his offensive and defensive adjustments, like, I don't like that coach. Yeah. I don't they need somebody else with more experience as a coach, I feel like. You know what I mean? That could bring Ja to, especially if they get a point. If they get Jason Kidd from fucking the Lakers and he let him tutor Ja, I think it'd be like great for them or whatever. But Ja cannot shoot. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Jordan, but Ja can't shoot or whatever like that. So
They're jumping in Westbrook.
Nah, it's close. Whatever. So, you that. So, and Westbrook's shot look better. Josh shit look horrible.
Yeah, Josh shit was weird, but I see his shit go in more than Westbrook.
But Josh got that little push shot in the lane. I don't know how the fuck he get that shit every single
That
time.
floater.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is or whatever, but every time. But yeah, I don't know about them, man. I'm with Toby more. I still think they're gonna be going 7, 8, 9. I don't think they got enough to make any moves, and also ultimately with Jeff, I think he's gonna wind up leaving. I think he's gonna be out after 7 years because he got that superstar type of game. You know what I mean? He's not like Mike Conley who was there for 13 years. Like Ja, he like dunk, show off. I feel like Memphis ain't gonna be it for him or whatever like that. But and Jaren Jackson, he shoots too many threes. He the guy who found they could shoot threes, but not won't stop shooting them. Way too many threes, bro. So I think he shot 6 in like the first half yesterday. So,
yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
because Ja can't shoot, somebody's got to shoot him.
That's true. Or whatever. But I do like Dylan Brooks or whatever like that. So I don't know how old he is or what year he in or whatever like that, but I like them. But Ja, you know what? The reason I want to reserve for Ja because we said the same thing about Murray last year in the bubble. He will be a starter next year. And like Jordan said, he came back only averaging a dub. So I want to see what Ja come back at next year before.
Would you would probably take Murray over him because of the shooting or no? How do you feel?
Mm-hmm. Potential, Murray? No.
Right. You're going to take Ja.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like,
I might take Murray.
I think.
Oh, no.
Potential?
No, and the potential, no. Yeah. I mean, right now, I'll take Murray. Like, Murray was giving you 50-point games last year and fucking, like, several.
It was hooping.
Whatnot.
But, bro, like, Ja's like 31 and 7 assists right now.
First playoff series. That is crazy.
First ever playoff series.
All right, so he's going to start getting to, like, 10 assists, and then he's going to start getting, like, 7 rebounds. And the next thing you know, it guy's going to be averaging a triple-double.
Nah. His season averages were pretty pedestrian. He was like 19 points, 20 points a game.
Yeah, he's not as big as Westbrook either. Like he's like 6'2", maybe or something. Like that.
6'3". They got him on paper.
Height is there, the weight's not there. Westbrook's firmer.
Westbrook's legitimately 6'5", 6'6", possibly. Not the same height.
Westbrook is the league or whatever like that. But yeah, I just think like Westbrook about 6'4", I think, and Ja about 6'2" when I look at him.
Ja's 6'3", West is the same. Westbrook's 6'3" too.
It's paper. On paper, bro. AI was 6'1" on paper for a while. We know he was 5'10" easily.
That's a good segue. As it for AI, good call, Jeff. So the Sixers, they lost last night and whatnot. Ben got hurt. Toby's representing. Not Ben, I'm sorry. Joel got hurt early. I was going to talk about the game. Joel got hurt early. Ben didn't step up as usual, had 11 points with Joel out or whatever. Then it went to Hacker Ben late in the game, stuff like that. So, moving forward and whatnot, what are your thoughts on that game and the Sixers and that whole Hacker Ben strategy? Jeff, why don't you go ahead and go in?
Well, shout out to my son. He went to the game last night, him and his friends or whatever. But, Tobias Harris, the $100 million man, had a prime opportunity to show he worth the bag. Did not show up. Ben is what Ben is. We understand that Doc Rivers is getting the most utility out of Ben Simmons. This also shows that team is not good without Joel. This is, that team is constructed currently. It's not really that good without Joe.
Oh my God.
For real. Why didn't they close this out?
Yeah.
Keep going, Jeff. Hold on. Keep going. One at a time. Go ahead, Jeff.
So to my point, they went to the Hacker Ben. Yeah, Ben split all of them. He split them all. He didn't make both at any point on the line at the end of the game. 0. Tobias Harris, 20 points, his career average. Same guy y'all been saying. Oh, Tobias is that guy. He's just not that dude. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Simmons, I expected more out of him tonight. I really did. I expected a really monster game, honestly, going into it. I'm going to be honest. I was expecting 20, 15 boards and 10 assists, all across the board. You didn't watch the game. And he just showed he's not capable of it at all. I mean, another prime opportunity to silence the critics in the Ben talk. And he really did not step up to the challenge. You know what I'm saying? And it's just another. That roster is kind of weak. I'm just giving G what you got. This is my opinion. That roster is weak outside of Joe, yo. Like I can't see these other guys scoring. Like Maxey, what he had 15 last night. Like no, there was no 30-point score on the floor after Joe left. Like no one can get you 30 that night. That's terrible, man. They should have closed the series out. I feel like it depending on how long Ben out. I mean, how long Joe out, this thing could stretch, and this could be looking a little dangerous. And to Mike's point, yes, it could. If they come back, it'll be a 3-0 comeback, which would be the first time ever in history, probably. But I don't see him. I think this, depending on Joe, it might go 6. So the Sixers got to do better. Ben's got to shoot the free throws better. You got to be more confident. He just got to be aggressive, and I just didn't see that from Ben last night at all. And Tobias is terrible, like I've been saying from the beginning.
Go ahead, Toby. You up, bro?
I don't think Tobias is terrible. I remember the game when he had like 30 in the first half. That was crazy. I just want to give Tobias a lot of praise because he's way better than Kuzma. I just want to go back to Kuzma. He's horrible, and Tobias is way better than Kuzma. Ben, when it came to the free throws, I was saying Jeff didn't watch the game because there's no way I thought Ben was getting 20 points. I watched those games, man. I watched game 1. Come on, Ben doesn't get any buckets, and he's gonna be the reason we honestly won't be able to win the trip because he can't guard. He's not scoring on anybody. I remember after the first game, he had I think he scored 6 or 8 points the first game, right? And they're everybody's like, yo, there's nobody here to really stop you. There's nobody on this team that's as big as you that's supposed to stop you from getting to the bucket. But when you go on, you're gonna have to play the Bucks or the Nets. The Nets don't even play defense, and Bennett won't be giving them hell. He's not using his body to his advantage. He's not doing anything. So I think they're gonna close it out still. I mean, this is gonna end at 5. You was talking about Max. He had 15 points, but he wasn't getting that much burn before. Now they're giving him more burn. He had a good game, so they're gonna play him probably more next game, and yeah, they're gonna win this in 5, man. Tobias gonna have a good game next game. Probably have 25, 26, and close them out if Embiid don't play.
25, 26 for $180 million is definitely not equal. Doesn't work out. Doesn't pan out.
That. The money isn't equal.
All right, Jordan, you up?
This is over in 5. Period, bro. Over in 5. So you want to talk about Tobias? Okay, he didn't have a good game, right? They didn't even hit any shots until the 4th quarter. That's in all reality. The Sixers didn't hit any shots until the 4th quarter. That's why they lost. Now you want to talk about go to hack a Ben and he split the free throws? Okay, whatever, right? Tobias should have played better. It doesn't matter. The Nets lost the game. Cool. The Sixers will lose the game. That's fine. Okay. So what is your actual issue, Jeff? How is this roster not good enough for you? I need you to break this roster down. How is this shit?
Hold that thought, Jeff. Hold up, Jeff. I'm gonna get to that. Let me just say what I gotta say. All right, then we'll get to that. All right. So my problem is when your main guy go down, Joel, your second guy is supposed to step up. Ben.
Agreed.
Or whatever. Right? How the hell you still got 11 points in the game? How the hell you took?
Shit happens.
It happened every night. What are you talking about?
Mike.
How the hell you get 6? Bro, he averages 14. And they as much off his average or whatever like that. How the hell you only have 6 shot attempts? Remember earlier in the season, he's getting 20 points a couple games. He was like, yeah, he's better now. I was like, okay, we're gonna see. And he right back to what he was.
I didn't say that.
Okay. All right.
Yo, Jeff, I didn't say that.
You said Ben was getting better.
Bobby did.
Okay,
you said Ben or Tobias?
I was about Ben. No.
Ben.
About Ben.
Oh, all right.
When Ben was getting 20 points a couple games in a row or whatever like that and whatnot. But anyway, my thing is that, okay, then you go to Tobias. Then he got to step up, and Ben not going to step up. And I feel like he wasn't there. I feel like that team, even without Joe, y'all should have been able to beat last night.
You should have. But they didn't, bro. They were cold until the 4th.
Your superstar, who's a point guard, by the way, you should not be able to do hack a bet on him. That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But that's the situation. And I'm the one off the rip who's been saying Ben Simmons needs an offensive game for us to win the chip. I've
did.
been saying that. Y'all know this.
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, I'm happy. So I'm done. So my point is that why do you think y'all could beat the Nets without him having offensive game?
So we can go back to one of the series that we can go back to one of the episodes. I said it. Ben will be the X factor. Why will Ben be the X factor? Their starting five versus the Sixers starting five. The Nets have a problem. Why do the Nets have a problem? One of those players has to guard Ben Simmons. That they cannot do in the post. Period.
Ben doesn't even go in the post.
Harris on one of them. You have to put Joe Harris on Tobias Harris or Ben Simmons.
Either way, no bucket.
Right.
So they have to go in the. Bro, you're
Either way,
tripping.
no bucket,
If Joe Harris is on him, they're putting him in the post. If Doc doesn't see that,
Ben gonna be like this, bro. He gonna do this stupid ass
bro.
flick that he tried to do.
He's
And
not,
that's
bro.
gonna break.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. He's the X factor. He's gonna be the one in the post against the guy who they can't.
In the post.
He's not gonna be able to stick.
When has he ever been in the post? Like, what?
Bro, they're going to.
You gotta practice the post first before you just go in the post, bro.
Do y'all
He
know
doesn't practice
ball?
any moves.
Do y'all know ball?
Yes.
Let's talk real ball here.
So listen, right? Listen though.
Ball here.
They just exposed what'll happen. Teams will go hack up in from now on. I don't care how much you in the post, bro. If you can't make 2 free throws, you're done.
Bro. They're starting five versus Sixers starting five. The
Man, you
Nets
smoking, man.
have a problem. One of those, arguably two of those dudes, are going to be getting exposed defensively. Nobody on the Sixers is getting exposed defensively in the starting five. Nobody.
You crazy, yo. What about Tobias Harris?
Exposed.
James Harden is going to
stop James Harden. They might not be able to stop Kyrie Irving. They're not going to be able to stop Kevin Durant, but they are not getting exposed. The Nets will get exposed because they don't have anybody to guard anybody who we have. We have players that we can throw at every one of their guys. You're smoking dope. That's basketball. When you said the Sixers don't have enough players to score 100 points, bro, that doesn't mean shit. Because if three niggas only scored 100 points, it took 6 niggas to score 40. As a team, the Sixers can score 140 as a team. Mind you, the Sixers are leading the playoffs in scoring this whole playoff. That's the first thing. On top of that, you have also, they're not scoring 100 points versus Sixers. I mean, they're not scoring 140 versus Sixers. So if you only got 3 niggas getting 100, where are the other points coming from? When you can have a team that can score 120. That don't make no sense, bro.
First of all, the Sixers are scoring all these points on the Washington Wizards. Like, stop acting like this is a defensive juggernaut that they're going up against.
They let up 126 points to a Celtics team with only Jason Tatum. They didn't even have fucking Kemba Walker or Jaylen Brown. That's horrific. I could have got out there and scored the dub. You kidding me, bro?
You know, your argument contradicts itself. Earlier, you said the Nets could give you 100 points between 3 guys. It takes the Sixers whole starting 5 to give you 100.
That's not real ball, bro. If you go to the court, if you go to a pickup game, you're picking up 5 niggas. You want 5 solid dudes, not 3 dudes on the court that can give you 100, and the other 2 just looking around, fucking playing with their nose and shit.
But that's not how the Nets operate. They have shooters.
No.
They have shooters, bro.
No.
Joe Harris can shoot the ball, bro.
The Sixers are locking all that shit up.
Joe Harris remind me of Tobias Harris. I don't know if they might be related.
Yo, the Sixers is locking all that stupid shit up, bro. They're not getting close to 140 on the Sixers, bro. You have a team in the Sixers. The Nets have 3 players.
Look,
I don't think they'll get 140, but they'll score.
They'll win. Yeah, they'll score on those. How do you think that the Sixers will score on the Nets and the Nets won't score on the Sixers?
The Boston Celtics scored 126 with no Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker.
And they still lost.
Tatum had 40.
They still lost.
So they're not scoring 140 against the fucking Sixers, bro.
Wow, man.
He just told you how he said Ben is the X factor, bro. I
don't understand that though. I mean,
me either.
He's an X factor as in he needs to get 20 points a game, which he won't do.
He might not even have to. It would be beautiful. It would be great. They want a solid chance to win. That's gonna be it. But they have a real chance, bro. Y'all sleeping. You hype on the fact that they got James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. That don't mean shit. That
I
don't mean
guess.
shit. Because they got to come down the court and defend every fucking minute, bro. And then the Sixers play inside out. That's the correct brand of basketball. That's the way you're supposed to play basketball. Inside out, they double, hit the open man.
That's old school basketball. That ain't
real
that's
ball, bro. That's
you
real
don't
ball.
think they can guard Tobias Harris 1-on-1? Like, really?
Huh?
You don't think they can guard Tobias Harris 1-on-1?
Who's guarding him 1-on-1? Let me know.
Kevin Durant. Like, what's wrong with this dude?
Yo, because you know who's Kevin Durant's gonna have to end up guarding? Ben Simmons. Because if they put Joe Harris on him, it's lunch meat. All right, y'all slow.
You said that KD gonna have to guard a guy averaging 14 points a game. Like, that is a monstrous feat. Like, that's not hard.
What happened, Toby?
I'd rather put KD on Tobias. With Ben, I could just rotate players.
Right.
So if they put KD on Tobias, who's guarding Ben in the starting five?
Anybody.
I don't care, bro. I really don't. He's not gonna kill me. This is gonna be crazy. I mean, to me, the Bucks have a better chance of beating the Nets than the Sixers right now.
Too.
They have a better chance.
Yeah.
Because Ben is really a liability. He's not
right now,
scare
though.
me enough. Yeah, right now. Ben is not gonna, scare me. I want the Bucks to beat the Nets, and then the Nets have them and the Bucks could go at it. But the Nets and no. I'm putting anybody on Ben, bro. You literally could rotate anybody.
Anybody.
TLC, fucking damn it.
I seen Bradley.
Might throw Steve Nash on for about 3 possessions.
Bro, Bradley Beal doesn't play defense. I seen him like fighting with Ben in the post, and Ben just gets some like ugly hook. Like all you gotta do is push him out a little bit, and then he's gonna throw something out, something dumb up. Like he don't got no moves on him. He is the X factor.
Rui Hachimura had more points than Ben.
I mean, he
is what it is. I'm just saying, like, that's hilarious that he think he'll go to the post. Like he been posting up all year or something. Like that's hilarious.
Word, bro.
Huh?
He just want this guy to turn it on immediately, huh?
He's not. You just can't just randomly get in the post every possession. Like, especially when you don't have no moves that you go to.
You got all these fucking hit. You got these hidden post moves we don't know about.
You got a secret bag.
When Doc make these adjustments and we win, I can't wait to re-show this episode.
Yo,
if the Sixers go to the finals, they beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Nets. To be honest, they have to beat the Bucks. It's not gonna be the Nets.
Yo, I could cash out on my Sixers bet right now for $200 if I want to keep it.
Bro, y'all really tripping?
Don't cash out.
On Embiid.
Y'all tripping if y'all don't see what I'm saying.
Sixers to the finals. I want $1,200 if they go, but I cash out right now for $200. I want to
cash out after this round, after the next round.
I don't understand really what y'all not seeing in terms of like the 5-on-5 actual real ball being played.
Okay, I think the Bucks beat the Nets. I'm with Toby. I think the Bucks beat the Nets, but if the Nets do beat the Bucks, y'all can't beat the Nets, bro. I'm sorry. It's just too much firepower that happens too quick.
And Ben literally gets 0 buckets. So.
And Ben gets 0 buckets, and Tobias is not. I'll put KD at 7 feet on Tobias. I'm telling you, I'm with them or whatever like that.
That's gonna be a tough night for him.
I'll put Joe Harris on Ben, and I'm cool with that. I'm not lying. I'm saying
if Jeff Green is back and healthy, how can Jeff Green on Ben if he's back and healthy?
And I don't know where all this shit about like they can guard y'all like crazy, guarding like crazy. Because you think fucking Seth Curry and Danny Green can stand in front of Kyrie Irving? Fuck no.
Or James Harden.
I'm not saying Seth Curry, but bro, we got bodies to throw in front of them.
We got what's the name again?
We got Seth.
Thibault.
We got Curry.
Thibault, yeah, okay,
Green, Ben, Thibault.
But Thibault won't score.
We don't.
He don't score either. Yeah.
He don't score now.
So that's what I'm saying. Like he's a liability.
Ben and Thibault out there, y'all got like no scoring and shit.
Bro, they never. Bro, that's fine, bro. Everybody on the court. I mean, they don't gotta score. Gotta be somewhat effective. You gotta be.
So it's funny that you say that, right? But then you say the Nets got 3 players who can give you 100 and 2 other people looking around, but you like everybody on the court don't gotta score.
Yeah, because guess what? The Nets don't play no type of D, bro.
That's true.
They don't play no type of D.
Yeah, that's true.
No type of D. Bro, the Celtics had Jason Tatum.
You act like he's not a star.
Bro, they scored 127 points.
He scored 50 by himself.
Bro.
I mean, he right next to penalty, but I don't think that can stop them off. It'll be a high scoring game, but you better hope Joel. The X factor is Joel.
Joel is the key.
Right, Joel is the key. Yeah.
Joel is the key.
His health.
Right.
Joel's gonna be fine.
Joel gonna need 35 points a game versus the Nets, though. I'm telling you like that.
That's too easy.
He needs to get it.
That's too easy.
You'll have to. But anyway, man, Dirk can make me laugh all night, bro.
I don't know, bro. It's like I don't get it. I don't get what y'all saying.
Who do you be talking to that be saying you right with this stuff?
Bro,
They need to come on the show too. Like,
I really play ball though. I know my X's and O's, bro. Like I really know my X's.
But do you watch the games now? Like, do you watch Ben Simmons?
I don't need to watch the games to know that.
You gotta watch the game a little bit, bro.
I do watch.
You would know that Ben going in the post is not a winning tactic.
I do watch the game. I'm telling you what the coach should be doing.
Okay.
It's X's and O's. The coach should say, "Yo, he got Joe Harris. Post, eat up."
And you know why he don't do that? Because it's Ben, bro. Because Ben is not gonna do nothing. So that's why Doc. You're right. I thought Doc was gonna push Ben, but he's not pushing Ben to be that scorer. He's letting Ben be Ben. You know what I'm saying?
Because we don't really need it right now.
Right now, but in the Nets you do.
When we need it, he's gotta kick that ass and say, "Yo, go down there and get buckets."
If you don't practice, like Toby said, you can't just go down there and do this shit.
But I'm saying, yo, don't act like you've never seen Ben score the ball, bro.
I know I say that, but I ain't never seen
like when he really had to, especially like times in the regular season.
I'm gonna check his playoff stats.
All he has to do is say, "Yo, we need to take that." Nah, bro. I think that to me personally, when it matters, when that time comes, he's going to answer the bell. That's how I feel.
Okay,
I feel you, bro.
They not trying to.
What's playoff stats, Toby? Before we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that, John.
They're not trying to go home.
You got a lot of confidence in Ben just flipping this switch, man.
They're not trying to go home this year, bro. He's not trying to go home.
And it ain't like this year. Ben been the same way for 5 years. Ain't like he just this is new and shit like.
Bro, but when it matters,
what does he do when it matters?
Bro, last year if we had Ben Simmons, bro, we wasn't losing. So what do you mean? What do you mean we wasn't losing?
Oh yeah, last year.
Because we didn't have Ben. Period.
Ben averaged 13.8 in the playoffs, bro. 13.8.
That's horrible.
Doesn't increase anything.
He goes down.
Last year was 13.9. His best year was the first time he went. 2017, he was 16.3. 16.3 a game. He was hurt last year. Last year they probably would have beat that Boston series would have probably went,
Yeah, I agree.
7. But come on, Ben is not elevating his game at all. He's been in the league too long to still be doing this.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying
13.9, bro. That's so fast for your 6'10". 13.9, bro. That's you wake up with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, tonight be 10 and buckets. Like
my thing about him is again, when Joel go down, why he'll say, "Yo, I got this," and I'm gonna start driving more. He can drive on anybody, just like Bron. I understand why he don't do it. You keep saying yes, but he don't do the shit or whatever like that. Why he don't do that?
He don't need to because whatever.
So last night he ain't need to.
Whatever they got going on, it was working.
So last night he
whatever they got going on, it was working. Whatever
they lost.
Tobias, bro, they were cold the entire game. Shots. They get shots to the floor.
But Ben don't need shots, so he go to the paint.
Let's go Sixers, man.
All right, yeah. On that note, man, let's go Lakers and whatnot. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, man. We talked to Jordan all night. Another episode of Half Court Trap, man. We appreciate y'all watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. More Beyond the Trenches starting in September, of course, like that. We got a lot of new things coming to our shows, and we appreciate y'all watching. And we out.
Yes.